So in this video, it's just a follow-up from my script feedback video where I'm just going to be looking at the changes I made to our script. They're mostly dialogue changes because these are the ones that honestly affect it the most. There are little changes elsewhere that I didn't think were really that important or that different compared to dialogue, where it just details the fact that obviously he's trying to fit in with this group and he can't, obviously, because of his anxiety. So we'll start off with day one now. So in day one, the changes I made was that we wanted the focus on day one to be on the people, so that the audience would make an instant connection with the fact that he's trying to fit in with a group that he doesn't really know, but also mention give a subtle hint at his hunger. So as you can read here, the cafe is just up here on the corner. Look at those people in there. I wish I could be like them. They look like they're having so much fun. I wish I was a part of that. Could I have friends like that? Could I be a part of that? So then he's just going to stand there from a distance and watch the table where the group of strangers sit. And we sort of hear his stomach rumble and he says he can't do it, he can't. This is just to introduce, obviously, the audience to the group of strangers straight away. And they'll make that instant connection with the fact that he kind of wants to fit in with them. This was just making it a bit more obvious. And we thought it's like trying to conquer his anxiety from an early point and not his hunger. Vanessa advised us to change the issue mostly to his anxiety and not his hunger, as she felt that this would match in with the film a bit better on a more serious note. So now going into day two. On day two, I made a few changes to dialogue again, where it's mostly about him focusing on the food. The top part is actually before he reaches the cafe. So it starts from, can I do this? Is it worth the risk? Am I really hungry? I am really hungry, so I think I should go in. But the smell of that crisp bacon is almost irresistible. All I have to do is walk in there. Then what? So the voice we really wanted to portray is him asking questions of himself and sort of questioning whether he has the capability to do things. We thought that this fitted in really well with he's not sure if he can join in with this group of people, and he sort of questions himself. So I've also detailed the bacon sandwich represents normality and a life that he longs for, which I explained in the previous video. We can demonstrate this with dialogue and crosscut. I'm still undecided on crosscut. It just sort of be better to include it than not to include it, just to show, obviously, we have thought about these kinds of things. He begins to walk towards the cafe, but stops again, this time right in front of the glass. So he's going to be sort of standing there, and we're going to have a shot from inside the cafe looking at him, as you can see him through the glass, and we could do this as a focus pull. No, but I'm really hungry. What was I thinking? It's just a bacon sandwich. I'm not ready. And then a boy from a group at a table in the cafe looks up at him, but then he continues his conversation with his friends. Adam walks on in stark panic as he hates being looked at. And this was also relevant to the bit at the top where he thinks someone is watching him. We felt that doubling this effect up would sort of portray the anxiety a bit more obviously, and bring across the fact, another convention almost of anxiety, you could say. Now moving on to day three. So in day three, we wanted to focus on the fact that he's going to do it. He's actually going to conquer this sort of fear. So he says, "Today I will do it. This hunger is driving me crazy, as if I'm not crazy enough already." So he sort of realised he's a bit, there's something not right here. I need to eat. I need to be a part of that group. I need to have friends, and I need to be normal. And he's going to walk. So it's this feeling of needing things, to need to be something, and it's generally down to the fact that young children feel the need to be something else that they're not, and he's sort of trying to push himself out of his comfort zone just to feel normal, and that's not necessarily the right thing to do, but he still does it because he thinks that is the right thing to do. And he says, "I can't believe I'm doing this." Furthermore, with the dialogue, it's mostly the same dialogue as before. We're not sure if we can include this because we need to ask one of the waitresses to be involved, and obviously we're not sure, they'd be very busy. So what we might do is just have him sit at the table, not next to them, but we'll have to see how it works out with the people at the cafe, and I'll have to get in contact with them to see what they're happy to do. Mostly the changes at the bottom were that we wanted to show his hunger, but also how he can't be friends with these types of people, because he can't bring himself to talk to them. He thinks that they should be talking to him. It's basically, it's better explained in my previous video. I feel like I explained that pretty well. So if you would rather watch that, obviously, and it sort of get a grasp how this works. We just wanted to symbolise that he wants to be accepted by a group, and that the food served as a distraction to this goal. So all this time he thought he was hungry. He was really longing for a group of people that could support him and, you know, help him through a sort of tough time with his anxiety. These were the sort of amendments I made. This is just an example of them. I've made more to the script, but I thought that it would be better to just highlight a few of them in a video so as not to make it like 20 minutes. So that's pretty much the examples I've got for this video. So yeah, thank you for watching.